and welcome to yet another exciting episode of Churchill Show. We are so glad you could join us from wherever you're watching us, Afrika Mashariki na Kati, hata Europe. Karibuni sana. I'm so excited to be here. This is where it started, the Kenya Cultural Center incorporating the Kenya National Theatre. Hapa ndio magic kuanzia, and thank you so much for allowing us to be here. So many inbox requests for this guy, and he is the future. So much on the big screen, yet so little is known about him. He is an enigma. He is the future. He's so big. His show right now has just premiered on Netflix. You've asked for him, and he's here for you. This is the amazing story of Nick Mutuma. Come along. Mr. Nick Mutuma.
Shukran baba.
Karibu sana. Actor par excellence.
Tunajaribu mdogo mdogo.
Great to see you bana.
Great to see you too. I'm sitting next to a legend. I'm excited. Living in the flesh.
Do you know vile nimesumbuliwa kwa inbox? Wanasema wataka kuona Nick Mutuma.
Acha mchezo. Really?
Okay, let's start with who is Nick Mutuma?
Well, Nick is an actor. Nick is a filmmaker. He's a father. Fitness enthusiast. Occasional cook. And a lover of life.
Occasional cook.
Occasional cook.
and love of life.
And love of life, yeah.
Sasa hebu niambie mambo kutoka Tanzania.
My parents are very hardworking people. And for a long time, they were diplomats. I spent most of my childhood in Tanzania, in Dar es Salaam. Hapo ndio tumelelewa with my sister and my small brother, and it was a very interesting experience. So, Dar es Salaam in Nairobi, it's like very sun and the moon, you know, it's different in terms of just how people move and, you know, how people interact. But it was a great experience.
It is, eh? Yeah. So home ni Meru?
Home ni Meru.
Chuka?
Kibiritia. Uchasikia Kibiritia? Wanauza potatoes huko juu.
Maua?
Now the complete opposite side. Bori sub-county. So it's on the slopes of Mount Kenya.
Mount Kenya.
And that's where my dad hails from. Mom is from Kenoru.
Kenoru.
Yeah, Kenoru is now in town, Mutindwa town. She's from Tao, dad is from
Ushago. Dad is from Ushago. So they're all diplomats.
So dad was a diplomat, mom was a supportive wife. Mr. Mbogori, Mr. Mutuma Mbogori. Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So Tanzania ulienda shule gani? Which school?
Tanzania, unajua sasa ukiwa mtoto wa diplomat unapelekwa shule nzuri sana. So we went to this school called IST, International School of Tanzania. What I loved most about that school is the fact that they really support the arts. So from a very young age, from they used to call it grade 2. From grade 2, we were introduced to the arts. They pushed us to explore our passions, whether it was music, whether it was acting, whether it was sports. They really championed young people getting to know what they're good at. And then you moved on to Braeburn? Then we came back after my dad finished his term in Dar. And you know, I really have a lot of respect for my parents, because your transition inakuanga ngumu for a lot of civil servants. You know, moving from a position where the government is holding your hand and taking care of you and your family, to now readjusting to, you know. He retired? Well, the term ended? Yeah, the term ended. Yeah, he didn't retire. The term ended. Came back here and they set up a business. You know, we got into the groove of things. I went to Braeside actually. Which is also a very good school. Have a lot of fond memories there. Na pia hapo nikaendelea ku act. School motto? School motto, it's been a while. I think it was Latin, if I'm not wrong. It was Latin. I can't remember what it was, to be honest. Yetu wajua ni nguvu mbele. Ulikuwa shule gani? I was in Mumbudi. I see. I'll get to tell you my story one day. Amazing. Maybe we can make a movie out of it. Why not? So then what happened? Historia USI. Nilimaliza high school when I was really young. When? I was 16. You were 16? I was 16. You were done with the high school? Done with it. 16 years? 16 years old. And I was I'd done well, but I was a confused young man. And I didn't know what I wanted to do, so my parents advised me to do a business degree, because you can never go wrong with a business degree. That's right. Biashara. Biashara. Unajua biashara kila kitu ina involve biz. I really thank them for that, because you know, I mean, even in what you do today, in what I do, there's a business component to it. Yeah.
Yes.
USIU is where I did a lot of growing up, is where I experienced life outside of the nest.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of fond memories of USIU. Nilicheza rugby hapo kidogo. Kagonga gongo nikaona hapana. Ngoja ni stick to usanii. Yeah.
Is that when you realized you wanted to be a serious actor?
I think that's when I realized that people were beginning to take it seriously.
Yeah.
The arts for a long time was something that was frowned upon.
Yeah.
You know, kitu yani usifanye hii watu Kenya wanafanya tu ni kukunywa na kuwaste life yao.
Yeah, yeah.
But then I started seeing quality productions coming out of Kenya. You know, I watched Nairobi Half-Life. I was like, wow, this is awesome. This is nice.
Awesome.
Na kulikuwa na zingine kama Dangerous Affair, you know, starring Nini Washara. I was like, this is something that I would want to be a part of.
Oh.
We would go through the newspaper to find out about auditions because there was no social media. So kuna number hapo, actors wanted, you call the number and you try your luck. You come to KNT, there's a huge queue of young, talented people and you know, you just give this thing, you know, your best shot.
That's right.
Yeah.
So at that point is when you voted Kenya's most handsome man.
You know, those things, man. Those things happened then. Yeah, they happened then, and you know, it was a very interesting time. Yeah, it was an interesting time.
When you told your dad, Sasa Dad, I want to be an actor.
Yeah.
For serious.
Yes.
What did it, Mr. Mbogori?
I gave them faith that I knew what I was doing, even when I didn't necessarily know what I was doing.
Yeah.
So they just kind of allowed me to navigate my way and figure things out. Occasionally he would say, lakini ukitaka kurudi hii maneno ya corporate, I have a friend here. Anaweza kupatia ka internship. But I just kept telling him that this thing has a future. Yeah, it has a future. And I think he's happy now.
Yeah, he's happy.
Yeah.
Is it finally paying, right?
It's finally paying.
Yeah.
Could it pay better? Yes. There's a renaissance that's happening in our industry.
That's right.
In the arts industry, from music to film, where Kenyans are finally appreciating their own. And it's beautiful to see, you know. You can see, you know, digital content creators are shining, you know, they're owning their space. Musicians are shining, they're owning their space. Actors have so many opportunities now. You know, there are shows that are even giving actors insurance. You know, 10 years ago, that was unheard of.
It was unheard of.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know, guys are getting pay slips now. Unachukua loan as an actor, which is fantastic. It's a real job.
It is.
Yeah. So things are growing and it's exciting times.
It is exciting.
Yeah.
Tell me about your brother and your sister.
My brother is, you know, all of us are complete opposites, to be honest, because my sister is a lawyer by profession. Okay. My brother is a sportsman, he's a footballer.
Okay.
Yeah, so
a serious football.
He's in Poland, actually. He's playing football in Poland.
In Poland? Yes. So soon anaweza itwa na Ghost Mule hapa.
Soon anaweza itwa hapa. Yeah, anaweza itwa
which
hapa.
team?
I'm not too into sports, but he's very good and he's very passionate about
that. He's very good, yeah.
Sister yangu pia, now she's the brains in the family. She's the she's the one who loves the paperwork. Yeah, but
okay. Are you the firstborn?
I am the firstborn.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the first of
Then
three.
Your sister?
Then my sister. There's a 3-year gap. Then there's like a 12-year gap between my brother and I. So he was our little blessing.
Okay. Yeah. So you're the only one with your parents now.
Sasa mimi ndio nawaangalia sasa.
Ama walienda ushago?
Wako. They're still around. Yeah, they're still around, still working hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm the one who spends a lot of time with them.
Your relationship, your parents' relationship, how has that shaped the Nick Mutuma that we have here? The big Nick Mutuma.
Okay.
The big Nick.
Well, my parents are, to me, the closest thing to perfection. Yes. I don't believe in perfection, but their relationship is beautiful, bro. They're friends first. Yeah. I've seen them going through the motions of life, the good, the bad, the ugly, and going through it together. Yeah, okay. So that is something that I also want for my family. And a lot of the values that they've instilled in me as a human being, I try my best to pass along to my daughter. You know, in this modern day, especially with all the challenges we have, you need a partner who's your friend, you know? Right. And yeah, that's the biggest take home that I've learned from them. Great. And also they're disciplinarians as well. I mean,
washakuchapa even once.
Tulikuwa tunachapwa.
Kama unasema hiyo ni standard kwa Meru.
I think inakujanga tu na DNA.
Do you think you can to make a tough dad?
you know, I always used to think that I would be the cool dad, but you know, vile kunaenda
kuna kaumeru kana kachungulia tu
kako hapo kidogo kana you know, it comes out every once in a while.
By the way, what kind of a student were you in school?
Oh man, I was, you know, those last minute performers.
Yes.
So I was very average throughout my high school until it came to the final IGCSE examinations.
Yeah.
That's where things took off, but I really prepared for them.
Before that?
Yeah, before that, tulikuwa too
Happy.
I can't really say happy. I was the in between. I was not a cool kid, but I was not a kichwa mangapi. Nilikuwa tu hapo katikati. You know, just doing my thing. Just that dreamer, the artist who is drawing on the table.
Yes.
You know, always doing extracurricular activities in school. Yeah, that was the kind of student I was.
Yeah. So when your parents had your Mr. Kenya, most handsome, what did your dad tell you? Ama kujua?
You know, there was no official title. I think ni media tu iliamua, okay, this is the guy that, you know, and maybe the fans. But yeah, I don't think I ever had that conversation with my parents. It would be an awkward conversation to have. Unajua dad, by the way, what was say me, I'm the most handsome guy. It's just something you don't talk about with your dad.
It's my genes.
Yeah, he'd probably say that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But he would always send he always sends me these interesting articles that are published. Unajua hizi passion na nini. Anazituma na niangalia ona kinyo wanasema. So even he finds it amusing.
He finds it amusing. Yeah. Great. Now I want us to take a break. When we come back, we have to talk a lot. You know that. People need to know you acted alongside Lupita Nyong'o. Your show is on Netflix.
Absolutely.
And Bridget.
Let's see how it goes.
When we come back, don't go away. It's about to become sizzling. It's about to become hot in here. Don't go away. We'll be right back with Nick Mutuma, the man. In a moment. Tell them we'll be right back.
We'll be right back, guys. Keep watching.
See, that's how cool guys do it. Sio tunarudi. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Welcome back to Churchill Show, and my goodness, what a guest we have today. The big man himself. On screen and out of screen, Nick Mutuma. Welcome back.
Happy to be here.
You know,
bro.
You've done so much in such a short time. Can you take kidogo, manake kuna watu wengi sana wakujui, manake zile vitu umefanya on TV.
Nimefanya vitu nyingi sana. Nilianza na show ilikuwa inaitwa Tabasamu, which is a very popular show. Kitambo sana. Acting as a young man who has just moved to Nairobi and he's trying to figure out how he's going to survive. So he falls prey to a sugar mommy. And you know, those are conversations that are very common now. But when we started, it was something that really caused a lot of debate because, well, people were just not comfortable with having these conversations. But you know, that's the power of art. You know, it brings to light things that are happening in society, and it shows you a reflection of who we are as a society. So nakumbuka when I was doing that show, shosho wangu alikuwa amekasirika sana na hiyo maneno. Hakuwa anaamini mbona nyanya wake anafanya hii maneno. And I had to like explain to a lot of my relatives that you know, this is
it's acting.
It's acting. It's not real.
It's not that serious.
Yeah, it's not real. Moving forward, I also worked on the first Pan-African series, ilikuwa inaitwa Changes. It was on Mnet.
That's the one you acted alongside Lupita.
Lupita, that was Sugar. So I remember meeting Lupita in 2008, and she was just a cool chick, you know, very calm, very focused on set. And even then, I remember thinking, this girl can go global.
Really?
Yeah,
even
there was something
then?
special. Yeah, there was something special about her. Just, I think it's her focus and her drive. Yeah, very inspiring young woman.
Have you ever told her that?
All the time.
Do you talk?
Not as often as I'd like to. You know, when you get to a certain level, it's
she's
you become
around. Hajakupigia simu. She's around. I thought actually mlienda Lamu.
Even if we met, I wouldn't say on air, you know.
Really?
Anaanza kusumbuliwa. Uli meet Nick lakini huku, you know how it is. I mean, she's, you know, she's here to see her family. Wacha enjoy.
I'm sure she's also very happy with you.
Yeah, I mean, I hope I made her proud.
Yeah.
Yeah, she challenged me a lot. Yeah.
So how's Changes?
Changes was great. You know, I've done a lot of content in Nigeria as well, which is also a very interesting place to work.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I learned so much about the film industry, because they have a very functional industry that is making millions of dollars.
So which are these movies? Because what wataenda
What
kuangalia
are the
cinema gani?
Okay. So wanaweza angalia This Is It.
This Is It?
This Is It was a series about a newlywed couple and the struggles that they go through.
Yeah.
So that was a hit. We won several awards locally,
That was
internationally.
shot
I was shot in Lagos.
In Lagos?
Yeah, it was directed by an amazing young woman called Oladi. More recently worked with Tosh Kitonga on Disconnect. That was also an amazing experience. One of the first movies from Kenya to go on Netflix.
You're on that particular?
I'm also on that project, yeah.
Okay,
I'm
great.
on that project as well. I haven't done a lot of projects. Unajua watu wanasemanga Nika amefanya vitu mob. But what I like to do is work on projects that are memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they typecast you as this handsome? Have they ever casted you as a bad guy?
They haven't, and you know, while my directors wanna watch, say, please, I'm ready for more challenges.
Yeah.
It's something that happens locally and internationally because you have a certain look. You know, you keep getting casted as, you know, the nice guy. You know, the
Now
pretty
you
boy, the
have
husband.
your glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you remove the now? Let me see if you can be a bad guy.
I can be a bad guy.
Is that the look of a bad guy?
What is the look of a bad guy, though?
A bad guy?
Show me your bad guy version.
A bad guy version? Put me in a scene.
Okay. So the scene is, I was supposed to bring you some money. And
did you see that?
I saw. I was like, hey, no, I saw it.
Okay, give me.
Okay, so I'm supposed to bring you money. I'm supposed to bring you money.
Wait,
Na nimepoteza hiyo pesa.
So I'm the bad guy.
You're the bad guy. Boss, I have some really bad news. Ile check nilikuwa nafaa nichukue, sikupata Odhiambo hapo. Sasa sijui itakuwaje.
What?
Not even when you're bad, you're funny, man. I don't know. No, that was good. That was good. I saw the intensity.
Okay,
there was intensity.
Okay. Now be the bad guy.
Bro, now there you have to sign a check.
Okay.
Man.
So let me give you this.
Okay, give me a scene, Basi.
With the glasses, it won't come out.
I'll remove them. This is just, you know.
Before you're setting it up. Okay. So your daughter has been kidnapped.
What? What'd you say?
I'm sorry. Your daughter.
You let this happen?
I'm sorry.
You let this happen?
I'm sorry.
So sorry. What? Sorry will bring her here.
We tried.
Sorry will bring her here.
We tried. I'm sorry.
You will be sorry. You will be sorry. Do you know who I am?
I'm sorry. I am sorry. That was a nice one.
No, I felt it. I felt it.
Yeah.
What did you guys think? That was good?
Yeah.
That was good? Okay.
When you're acting, you have to feel it.
So acting is about being truthful in untruthful circumstances.
Yeah.
It's actually a very draining job. Like in that particular situation that you mentioned, your daughter has been kidnapped. I have to imagine.
Yeah.
And I have to channel how I would feel if that happened to me, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why even in the States, you find a lot of these actors have to go for therapy after they've done, you know, after they're done with the films, with the series, because it messes you up.
It does.
You know, you find sometimes even relationships go sour because you meet your co-star on set and it's real, you know, because it's the real emotion in an unreal world.
Have you ever had a scene, like you're saying, and you got entangled?
Almost? No. I've never
because
been.
when you're doing some intimate scenes, is it acting or do you, for the sake of?
So you have to imagine that it's the real thing, right? But
and the emotions bit.
The emotions are real. The emotions are real. If you want it to look authentic.
Yeah.
Hizo
So
emotions
if
lazima
it's
ziko real.
okay.
I mean, I'm not going to go too deep.
If you're
But
hugging, you're hugging for
If
real.
you're hugging, you're hugging for real. If you're kissing for real. But I mean, that's as far as it normally goes.
Yeah.
And it's also it's very technical. If even the kiss, the director will tell you exactly how they want you to do it. And there's a crew of like 15 people who are watching.
And you have to do cut, take 1, 2, 3. That's one.
I mean, that's when you try and just knock it out with the first one and you just move on with life. You just move on with life. Yeah, but
And you said you don't want to do any of that now.
To be honest, I just want to try out more challenging roles. Roles that are outside of the kind of roles I've been casted in. And what I'm even more passionate about now is directing. Because I feel that there's a space to build a whole new crop of Kenyan superstars. Young, man, we are so talented out here, bro. So every time I audition, every time I hold an audition, the kind of quality of talent I see out here is
crazy.
Insurmountable. It's mad.
It is.
So I just feel like now we can create opportunities for that.
Into directing.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So how straining is this in a relationship when you're doing some of these scenes at home in Akuagaje? But then how is it? How's family?
Family is amazing.
Yeah. How's Bridget?
She's doing fantastic.
Okay.
I'm a superstar sana.
She's a super. How are you managing? And Maria, she's
she plays Sophia.
Sophia
On Maria.
on Maria.
Yeah. I mean, it's not very difficult to manage because she has seen my journey.
Yeah.
The do's and don'ts.
Yes.
So, I guess she's just applying that into her craft and killing it.
How does she feel at home now that the spotlight is on her? Everybody was watching Maria.
I think she's having a great time. She's it's just a day at a time.
Yeah, it's her time.
Yeah, it's her time, and we're supporting her, and it's beautiful to see.
Great.
Yeah.
And the little one?
The little one is also really surprising us because we think maybe she's been bitten by the bug very early.
Really?
Yeah, she's just a natural.
What's
in
her
front
name?
of the camera. Her name is Dua.
Dua?
Yes, Dua
Dua
Mokami. Yes.
Dua Njema? Like that one for Dua Njema?
Like Dua ile ya maombi.
Oh, Dua, nakume Dua.
Hiyo.
She's 3.
She's 3.
And you can tell, kanika.
Aka nikamsanii aka.
Will you support her to go in that direction?
Absolutely. Really? I think if it wasn't for this pandemic, I would be taking her myself to auditions.
All right, that's
because I mean, when you see that talent in your child, you must push it because I mean, in this world that we're living, entertainers are some of the most successful people.
That's right. Yeah.
So why not give your child that support?
Yeah. Finally, it's opening up.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
It
Absolutely.
Is.
Yeah.
Kabla tuende break. Have you ever met a fan and she goes crazy over you?
Man, I've had quite interesting experiences with fans.
Yeah, what happened?
Especially those out-of-town shows when you're emceeing, I think that's now when things get a bit chaotic. People find out where you're staying. It can just be a bit messy.
What happened?
What happened? Unajua tu ile mtu anakwama na wewe paka na tafuta pali unakaa na kuja anabisha kwa mlango unashangaa what's going on.
How do you manage that? Unaambia hapana.
You just have to have a sense of discipline. Respecting yourself is a very important thing, man.
Very.
Yeah, especially in this industry because it's very easy to get lost.
So you have to be strong really for yourself.
Life is all about choices. Whenever things happen in my life, I know I can either do A or I can do B. And A has a consequence, but so does B.
Yeah.
So, bro, there's some things that can just throw you off the race.
Yes.
And we have our eye on the prize.
Eye on the prize.
So we stay focused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay there. You tell the young artists, do you tell them that? The new...
As much as I can. Things are so different for them. There's so many more opportunities now. Social media has changed the game, with how you can interact and connect with your audience. And now their fame is very different from our fame, you know. I try to speak to them all the time and just tell them, hey, manze, mnaweza potea virahisi sana, because money is there, Access to everything is there. So it's just really up to them to just push through, man.
Eye on the
eye on the prize.
Eye on the prize,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to talk about. Netflix and the future. That's where we're heading,
That's
right?
where we're going.
The next episode. We'll be right back with Nick Mutuma shortly. Don't go away. Tell them we'll be right back.
We're going to be right back, guys. Please don't go nowhere.
Yeah. No, like a serious guy.
Okay. We're going to be right back. How was that?
That's cool.
That was it?
We'll be right back. How was that?
That was very good.
You know, there's something I've noticed with you. You're very calm when
Yeah.
it comes to how you take your lines on screen.
How I play my characters.
Yes, how you play your characters.
And I think it's just who I am as a person, to be honest. And maybe that's why I get typecasted in specific roles. Because me nakuwaga tu nimetulia,
Personality umetulia.
nimechilled.
I wanted to know, Nick, really,
Yeah.
what's it? And you've acted in both in South Africa and Nigeria.
Yeah.
Shida yetu iko wapi as Kenyans? Why can't we do more movies? Where is pesa iko wapi?
I wouldn't say we have a problem. I think that our industry is younger
Yeah.
than South Africa, than the Nigerian Nollywood industry. So what we've been experiencing for the last 10 years are teething problems. Trying to figure out who we are as artists, as creatives, trying to figure out the taste palette for the Kenyan audience, and trying to figure out a way to distribute our films, trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. So it's been a lot of trial and error.
So is it sponsorship that is not there? Is it the storylines? Is it the distribution? Shida iko wapi?
I think the problem cuts across all those things that you've mentioned.
Yeah.
Although more recently I've seen corporates supporting the arts. After COVID, sasa ndio things have been a bit helter-skelter. In terms of our story, things are changing. I mean, we were talking about Maria earlier. This is a show that airs every single day. Before, you'd never see a show like that. But now we know that we have writers who are competent and who are capable of telling our stories and telling them in a way that captivates our audience,
Nairobi Half-Life.
Nairobi Half-Life, hizo ni stories zetu, and that's what people want to see. Distribution, pia, it's been a challenge as well. The biggest challenge has been that a Kenyan filmmaker does everything for himself. So a Kenyan filmmaker is the one who will produce the story. He's the one who's going to sell the movie. He's the one who's going to figure out the marketing. Whereas you find in South Africa, in Nigeria, there are different companies that do this. It's a well-oiled engine.
Yes.
So it's not the responsibility of one person to do all those things. But I feel like that's where we're going, Churchill.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where
soon
we're going.
we'll have some investors come in to...
Absolutely. They're already here.
Because the talents are there.
The talent is insurmountable.
Yeah.
Whereas, I mean, I'm sure even in the comedy industry, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So now we're having these global companies like Netflix, other Spotify nimeona wame set up recently. So like, now is the best time to venture into the industry as a creative. And soon we're going to tutakuwa na Majak Bawa wetu pia hapa Kenya.
And you directing.
And me directing, also starring in a few. But yeah, mostly I feel like there's a lot of room to play around, with our stories. And I like, director is like, he's basically he's the one who stitches the story together and pieces the entire thing together. So I'd like to explore that space more.
Like, tell me about your show on Netflix, Daisy.
Yeah. Sincerely Daisy.
Sincerely Daisy. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Ako Netflix.
To go Netflix. It's the first Kenyan film to actually premiere on Netflix.
Yeah, that's your movie.
That's
you
our film.
directed?
I directed it.
And produced it.
And co-produced it, yes.
And co-produced
with Naomi Mburu, yeah.
Tell me about the storyline.
So it's about a young girl coming of age, anapenda usanii.
Yeah.
Her parents wanted her to go abroad to school, lakini obviously financial constraints came in between, and now she's just trying to figure out how she's going to live her life after high school. Very well received story. Our lead actress won Best Actor at the Kalasha Awards 2020.
Who's that?
Her name is Ella Minor.
Ella Minor.
A young superstar. She's fantastic. And we worked with an amazing crew. Naomi Mburu helped me co-produce it.
You shot it in Kenya?
We shot it in Kenya, 7 days to shoot the film. So it was a very intense shooting process. But the film is 70% Swahili.
Yeah, 70%.
So hata wazungu wako Ujerumani wana watch.
So how are
Swahili.
they able to follow through?
Subtitles.
Subtitles.
Yeah.
Now we've gone the Mexican way.
Yes.
Okay.
And I mean, soon we're also going to be dubbing the voices. But I mean, for now, it's nice that they experience Swahili as it is.
How's the uptake out there?
We know it's great because Netflix is buying more Kenyan films.
Yeah.
Sarah Hassan just put out her new film,
Yeah.
Just in Time on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of bigger and better things to come. Yeah.
What will you tell a young actor, actress coming up right now?
The journey is long, the journey is hard, but with discipline and knowing yourself and making the right choices, that you can make it. My experience of this industry is that I've seen people come and I've seen them become stars, you know, people like Akina Pascal Tokodi, you know, people like Brenda Wairimu,
Yes.
and people like Lupita Nyong'o.
Right.
The one common denominator with all these people is their passion, you know, and how seriously they take this thing. Kitu si mchezo, Churchill. You know, people think that acting is something that I can do as I wait to pursue my career, or as, you know, a way to make some money, a way to get fame, but it's a job. It's a job that should be taken seriously. And I think that's what I would tell anyone, any young person who's watching.
There are so many parents watching this.
Yes.
Like one of my pastors was confused because the daughter is doing medicine, but her heart iko kwa acting.
Yeah.
So what do you want to tell parents now watching this?
Parents need to let their children try out things. Parents need to let their children fail, you know?
Do you know how complicated that is?
It's
She
scary.
drops medicine to do drama? Do you see how complex that is?
I can see. But who's to say that she's not the next Lupita Nyong'o, you know? Those cases are no longer anomalies, you know? We have Elsa who just blew up the other day off the internet.
That's
Majimbo.
Good job by the Elsa.
She's doing amazing. And, you know, more and more, we're going to be seeing Kenyans just rocketing to Hollywood, to Nollywood.
So you can bet on that?
I can. I would tell parents to give it a chance. Because what's 1 or 2 years of pursuing your passion? If it doesn't work, then we can have another sit down. But who's to say it won't, you know? So yeah, parents, let your children fail. I say let them fail because everything in life you must try. It might work out, it might not. So yeah, let them give it a shot.
So why should I allow my child to fail? And here is a career. She's going to be a doctor.
But who's to say, I mean, happiness is a very important thing. That's one thing that I've come to learn. You know, I've seen people with a lot of money who are not happy. And more, these issues of mental health are becoming a big reality to our lives. So, unachiliwa mtoto anasoma. She spends 7 years of her life doing medicine, but she's mentally unhappy. And then now those are issues that you have to deal with later.
Yeah.
And you know, you don't want to deal with those issues.
So if Nick was not an actor,
Yeah. Yeah.
What would you do? What would you be?
And I still think I have always loved aviation. I think I would be a pilot. I think I would be
Really?
a pilot.
You'd be a pilot?
The Somalian Narudi.
Big ones going,
No, I think the smaller ones.
The smaller ones,
Yeah.
the Wilson ones.
Yeah, the Wilson ones.
I wish you had convinced my parents that. Unajua mama yangu bado ananiambia nitafute kazi. Niache ya kuchekesha watu. I need to get a proper job.
Wow.
And
you're Churchill.
Imagine. She didn't know about that. All right. Now we normally have, before we finish, a quick fire session. I'll ask my director to help me in the front. You may want to stand.
Oh, okay.
So it's either A or B.
Okay.
You feel like it's a quick fire?
I'm already ready to go.
So it's very easy. Swahili or English? For you?
For me?
Yeah.
Swahili.
Swahili.
Oh, you mean the questions?
Yeah, no, what do you
What
prefer?
do I prefer?
Yeah.
Yeah, Swahili, definitely.
Swahili. Basi tuendelee kuzungumza Kiswahili.
Tuongee Kiswahili basi.
Sawa.
Haina noma.
Madondo chapati.
Chapati.
You know madondo?
Najua madondo.
Madondo nini?
Sini beans. Ai, Churchill unanichukulia babi sana bana. Shwali.
Nyama choma, kuku choma.
Kuku choma.
Yeah. Mercedes, BMW.
Mercedes. Yes.
4-wheel, 2-wheel.
4-wheel.
4-wheel, yeah. Ngumi mbwekse or ngumi jamo? Hata mimi sijui.
Ngumi ni bwekse.
Ni bwekse ile ID.
Ni ile ya hivyo.
Yeah, so it's Lando. iOS or Android?
iOS.
Yeah. It's Lando ama Westlands.
Zote mbili kwani hatuwezi nini? Sa Westland. Awesome.
Unasema bad guy or good guy?
Bad guy.
You
Yeah.
wanna finish like a bad guy?
No, let me finish like a good guy.
Yeah.
Let me finish like a good guy.
Tell them like a good guy.
Okay.
That's it, the show is over.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the show has finally come to an end. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I've had a great time.
Like you're
I
acting.
acted,
See
okay.
you next time.
All right.
Like a good guy.
A good guy. See you next time. Take care.
No, like a bad guy.
Like a bad guy. See you next time.
I like that. See you next time. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. It's a done deal.
Yeah.
Shall we go
Shall we?
rob a bank?
Yeah.